Go ahead, Joe. Take your time. There's no chance.
Grade this as a A++, you know?
Or a B minus.
The big debate, machine polishing versus hand polishing. One thing we get a lot at Adams Polishes is, I'm gonna go out, what kind of polish you have? I'm gonna polish my car, but really they're referring to wax. I hear that a lot. You know, what kind of wax polish you have? They're two different things completely. Wax is a way to semi-protect a car.
Very semi.
But also hide scratches, right? Not actually correct. In this video today, we're gonna have the Super Bowl of polishing. We're gonna do machine polishing versus hand polishing. I being hand polishing, Adam being machine polishing, and we're gonna see the results we can get from both, and we're gonna let you, the viewer, choose which one you think is best, and also which process you feel like you can achieve. So, what do you think? Machine polishing, how do you feel about it? Think you're gonna perform well?
Well, I think I'm going to win.
Well,
because we just came back from lunch, and both of us had carne asada and shrimp for lunch, which is very good, by the way.
it's very good. We're refueled.
Here in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yep.
We are at the Vault of Scottsdale, which is a fabulous, absolute fabulous man cave. But bottom line, we are both feeling well fed and probably a little slow. Because right after you eat, you slow down a little bit. So Joe and I, having eaten exactly the same entree, actually, we ordered the same thing. We have the ability now to use the calories that we just took in to cause excellence to happen to this very hammered Mustang.
Yeah. Okay, machine polishing versus hand polishing. I'm gonna go first so we can see the results we get. And the Adams Polishes hand polishing system, just like machine polishing, is a two-step system. It's a scratch and swirl remover and a hand polish. So same concept here. Remove a lot of damage with scratch and swirl, finish it out with the hand polish. And the hand applicators used are color coded, so blue and orange. So very easy to understand. Starting with scratch and swirl remover. Shake it a little bit, go ahead.
All right, now while Joe starts his hand process up, I'm gonna go ahead and start the machine process. I'm gonna start with the mini polisher. It's my favorite. I love the Pro Mini Polisher. Using a 3.5-inch pad, I love this little pad because I can get the nooks and the crannies of the car. I can get around the A pillars, the B pillars. I can get through any of the body contours. And I can go ahead and achieve excellence using the blue pad, the foam pad, and the blue compound. The pad says compound on the back. I use the bottle that says compound. If it's blue, I'm using blue. It's so simple. My goodness, I love it. So,
I just want to say thank you for the head start too.
I'm giving you a head start. Joe, you can totally have a head start. I feel bad that I'm gonna beat you so badly. So I want you to have all the reasons. Oh yeah, but, there's no buts. I let you go ahead and go. I'm gonna start this thing off at setting 3. Spread my compound.
The cool thing about this hand polishing system is the abrasive in the scratch and swirl remover is more of a pumice stone that was put into a kiln and brought up to temperature. So as I use this, it starts out pretty gritty. But what happens is that abrasive breaks down as I rub it with my hand. And what I'm trying to do is remove as much damage as possible right here. Compound's kind of the same thing, right?
Same thing. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going over this same little area. I'm going to go over it twice. I'm going to go hit it 2 times, up and back, and now I'm going to go side to side. I started by spreading out the compound, and now I'm just going to get it evenly distributed to where my side will be easily way better than yours, Joe. Easily. Okay. All right, I'm glad I gave you the head start because you're still on step A, and I am moving on now.
Actually, we're about even
slowly to step B.
I'm moving on to hand polish now.
And you're gonna go right over the top.
I'm gonna go right over the top of that.
You don't even worry about the condition of the finish. You're so confident that you're not gonna have to do a second round, that you're gonna go straight over the top.
Listen, I have confidence in good product.
Wow, that is really good. I just want to take a look because I have extra time.
Here, I'll follow suit here.
I'm just gonna take a look. I just want to see what's going on. Just want to kind of get an understanding of how many scratches I've just eliminated. And it looks like you've eliminated a lot of scratches. Wow, Joe, I'm impressed. Joe, you look pretty good. You do. If your next step does 4 times as much as my first step does, you might be there. But otherwise, there's going to be a victory, and it's not going to be yours.
Definitely. Here, you guys come up, you look at this, and you can see on first step what we've done so far.
Come on up. So Joe, what I will say is that your side actually looks a tiny bit glossier than my side because I've hazed mine a little bit with the compound.
Yeah.
However, I have eliminated way more damage than you.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
You know?
I think at least I got the surface level of swirl marks.
That's right.
But.
And you got all this, so the whole entire vehicle looks super uneven, smeary, smudgy. There's like these crazy, like this thing maybe lived underneath a car cover that people then stacked magazines on for like years. You know, it has that look of just lots of damage like all over, but irregular.
Yes.
Not consistent damage. Now you've got the damage consistent, but I've removed a lot of the damage.
Yes, exactly.
So are you ready to move on to step 2, Joe?
Let's do it.
Because
let's do it.
Last thing I want to do is make you feel like it was a huge victory. I want you to feel like it was close.
Let's see where it goes.
Because I feel guilty, you know, beating you bad.
Well, you know.
Okay. And now what I'm going to do, I'm taking the white pad. I'm going to take the polish pad. And I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of the polish.
Yep, and I'm taking hand polish now.
And the hand polish has more bite than the polish. The hand polish definitely has more bite. In other words, when we go to remove some scratches from like under the door handles of the old 930 Turbo, we're using that.
Yep.
Because that bites more.
Yeah.
More grit, it definitely will cut more. So the fact is you might be able to make up some time now since you're going with a way grittier, way more abrasive product than I am for this next step. So I'll give you a head start.
Okay,
Go ahead, Joe. Take your time. Just, no hurries.
And with hand polish, what I'm trying to do is, it's not as much circles. I think that's like traditionally what a lot of people feel like they need to do.
That's a bad idea, by the way.
Straight
circles.
lines.
When people do circles, they always miss the inside of the circle.
Right
You wax the inside. Exactly. See, this is a perfect example. You go like this, and you've got the inside of all these circles missed, full on missed.
Doing straight lines or cross hatching, up and down and side to side, much more thorough, and the coverage is more even.
Amen. Amen.
You're really giving me a head start.
Go ahead, Joe. Take your time. No chance. No chance. All right, well, just for giggles, I'll go ahead and turn on the polisher just because I'm bored standing here watching you, Joe. So let's just see what happens. I'm only going to one-hand this one, all right? It's a one-hander. I'm not going to try too hard.
Add a little more juice to this.
I think you should go the opposite way now, Joe. Side to side.
Side to side.
Well, just because all those scratches seem to be, you know, bow to stern.
Yeah.
And if you go ahead and take that, you go side to side, maybe we're going to see a little bit more reduction of those. Not that I want to help you beat me, but just that I think that I'm going to beat you so badly that there's no chance.
You know, I do like when I'm hand polishing, even doing diagonal.
There you go. One thing's for sure, Joe has burned off more of his lunch than I have. I have burned approximately 11 calories just now polishing out this side. Joe's burned 736 calories, which is a better, there's a win there. It's just not going to be higher gloss or less damage.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we're there.
There.
Thank you.
Yep.
Might need some assistance after that.
I know, you do. But again, if the caloric burn is the goal, you are winning for sure.
Adam's weight loss program.
That's right.
Yeah,
I highly
there you
recommend detailing for weight loss. It's funny, it's been like one of my only exercises for my whole life. It's been my workout routine. Okay. I don't know, Joe. That second step fixed a lot.
It did.
In your deal. That was really.
I'm really surprised, actually. Well, I'm not surprised.
Whoa.
Because I knew I was going to win anyways.
That is way, way, way closer than I would have totally ever imagined. That is remarkably close. My finished product is better by a long shot. However, that's very good. Come on up, take a look. Let's give the viewer the ability. Joe, you go ahead and do the holding of that.
Okay, Mr. Machine Polishing, what do you think?
I think that the fact that I won is not surprising, but the fact that you got close is even more surprising.
Yeah,
it's way surprising.
And I think that's a testament to the product. But I think overall, I feel like I lost in both aspects. Number one, I lost in appearance. It didn't remove as much damage as I wanted. Okay. I also lost in the heart rate aspect.
Right.
My heart rate's up. I'm sweating. I can't lift my arm anymore. But here's the thing. I think I won in the health aspect, right?
100%. See, now you can skip the gym.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
My flabbiness needs to get on the pump some iron because my effort was so easy, so effortless, and the results were a couple steps up.
Yeah.
So I think the real takeaway, you can get good results by hand.
Yes.
You just can't get a black car to be perfect.
Oh, 100%.
If you're like, you know what, I'm gonna save money. I want to do this by hand, and I'm going to save that whatever $200 or $300 it costs to buy a polisher, and I do it by hand. That's great. You can also cancel your gym membership because you are going to be buff if you buff out your whole car by hand. And at the end of the day, your car will look way better than it did before, but not as good as it would have had you polish it by machine.
Yeah. And I think one thing to consider is, look, no matter what, we're adding value. And oftentimes with polishing, whether it be machine polishing or hand polishing, sometimes they work as a team. Sometimes there's areas you just can't get with the machine that you need to use these applicators, get under door handles, get in places that the machine maybe won't fit. But I think the thing here is that, look, it sort of depends on you, the viewer. Are you wanting to go out and get therapy, do it by hand, not make a racket if your kids are in bed or whatever it is, you can still add value. So I think this is very much a personal preference, but when it comes to results, we were talking earlier doing beginning polishing, grade this as a B, grade this as a A++,
Or a B minus.
Well,
Still kind of a lot of scratches over there, but.
Sounds like my high school career.
Yeah. I can't believe I graduated, but somehow it did. The other thing is, by the way, if you have to get into the little nooks and crannies and you do have the machines, by the way, this process, using the pads by your hand, well, guess what? Even those hex grip applicators, while they are awesome and premium, they're still kind of big to get underneath door handles. This is actually a more effective tool, so you can use this kind of process to go ahead and get pretty solid results.
And even more from that, we have those gray microfiber applicators that are more of a rectangle.
Right.
Those can even be a great tool for hand polishing.
Amen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey Joe, I'm glad we had this little talk.
I appreciate it. Thanks.